What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 70 of the walkthrough. So, picking up where we left off, all we have left is your main boss. Now, we already went over the guide for it last episode, so I'm not going to waste a bunch of time. We went in, we just happened to run out of time, so we just got ourselves killed. Showed Radagon's moveset a bit. So, mainly, he's going to have a hammer, holy damage. If you smacks the ground with it, it's going to do a big sigil. AoE also has a delayed burst, so it's like dodge, dodge again. Still ends up hitting me a lot. He's can really close the distance with big swipes. And usually, almost anytime they hit you, even with the great shield, he'll break your stagger every single hit. It's a lot to deal with. It's very frustrating. Summoning up, as soon as you get in here, we can try to use that as a distraction. He will go back and forth on you guys. The big thing to look out for is the grab attack. It's going to do a lot of damage. And if he jumps up in the air and slams the ground with his hammer, he'll usually do this 3 times. It's a special attack. Just make sure you dodge or jump with the timing, right? It can be very delayed and does a lot of AoE damage, can knock you off the ground. But that's really it. You're just working this guy. Dodging is there's probably a bigger emphasis on dodging than ever before. Then once you get to phase 2, and remember, anytime you die, either phase, you got to redo the whole thing. But phase 2, the Elden Beast will spawn in. Very much like I said last episode, what we compare them to? We compare it to Loch Ness Monster. That's what it looks like. So you got this crazy arena. You're standing on water, which he could dive under and come back up. He could use Elden Stars, so these projectiles will chase you around for what feels like 5 minutes. It's entirely too long. They're doing entirely too much, if you ask me. But one of the things you have to deal with because these I'm telling you, they're gonna last for so long. You're just trying to run around, and it's just boom, 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 and it just doesn't stop. And you just got to try to run away from this. Now, with the recent update, you can use Torrent. I think that helps a lot, but it's still annoying. Aside from that, he has a move that's like Wave of Darkness, where these gold rings will just expand and really blow up. He can blow fire everywhere, and he's immune to every status. So, I mean, fire does do a little bit of damage. Maybe it's because of the physical that comes off of it. I don't know, but I have noticed that fire does do damage. I know he's completely immune to blood loss and frostbite and stuff like that, though. Either way, going on in, we'll go through this again. This time we're going to take the fight serious and actually try to put Radagon down. Now, you will get a cutscene here, and although it is important, it kind of shows America hanging around. I do urge you guys to, well, it's a short episode. We'll let it play out. Fuck it. I mean, all in all, with this being a 100-hour walkthrough, including the DLC, I hope you guys have, enjoyed the cutscenes in your own time, took in the story, read the item descriptions, because it is really good. But most of the time we have to skip through it, is the thing, So that doesn't mean you guys should. My time is limited. Yours is not. So do keep that in mind. And then, I mean, that's it. She drops, turns to Radagon, which we already covered that lore. Picks up a hammer, fight starts. I'm gonna try to save my healing, and that's the big thing. That's why I like summoning immediately here. You have to upgrade like the gold blade, dodge to it. But I like to summon at the start, so we try to save our resources for LP. LP is fucking delay, watch out. Yep, see, that's why it feels unfair. I perfectly dodge it, and then the delay gets me. And even if you were to try to double dodge, it doesn't seem to really, work out any better. Okay, so 1, 2, and we get one shot. Gotta love it. Yeah, Radagon's annoying as shit, bro. We're 20 foot away. I know my timing is right. I jumped it, but it hits us in the air. I'd understand that if we were closer than 20 foot. I would, but it just, the hitboxes don't make any fucking sense sometimes. You know what I mean? Just don't make any sense. I've mastered that attack. I know how to perfectly jump every stomp, but it does. For some reason, it does like a burst in the air, and it shouldn't, and you get caught. And as you see, every time it hits you, it's like 60% of your health, 60% of your health, 60% of your health. The last one's like 80% of your health. So, I mean, it's like, don't make a single mistake. You might beat it. So, lots to ask for the player. You know what I'm saying? Also, remember, I just had to go take notes for this episode. So, I've already had to go through this fight another character. I'm just done. I'm like, dude, I want to break this fucking guy. I'm good. Okay, we're behind you. But that is a, full circle AoE. Remember, he's delayed. Look at that. roll through it perfectly, you get caught. I deserve that one. I deserve that one. And then it almost takes up the whole arena too. So it definitely feels super fair. Come here, Radagon. Fuck you. Come here. Thank you. Annoying does not, it's not too bad. It's just everything he does, every single thing he does is a fucking AoE. You know what I mean? That's just a lot. It's a lot. But not that it does him much good. Just stick with it. If you have ranged abilities, obviously, like incantations and magic, have your summon tie him down, try to use range. It's not a bad option. So the Elden Beast will spawn in. He's going to take Radagon's body down and turn this into a sword. So on top of the fire and the spells and everything else, Elden Beast will have this really big sword. But it's so telegraphed, I don't think it's really that bad to read. So, contrary to popular belief, Elden Beast can be staggered. You cannot do a critical slow on, but you can stagger the guy. Drop the hit. Jerry went for Elden Stars, didn't he? That was right. Remember I told you it sounds like you're hitting glass. Look at that, we just staggered. So that's a good time to hit your after war, I think, before the enemy staggers. Be more susceptible to that damage. Start throwing this fancy shit, get on torrent, run around, let it play out. Yep. Here's your waves. You see that up top? That's coming for you. Get on torrent. Mimic's probably about to get fucking white. Oh no, it came from. Let's get away from it. I'll probably teleport a bit. No, he's going for the buff. That's fine. Probably gonna get shot. Yeah. Elden Stars. Elden Stars don't do a lot of things on this one. See that? Look how long he goes on. Those things are tired. Too long. That actually didn't even go off that long. Usually it's way worse, but he wasn't enough to actually stop. Dodge. Dodge. Working him. For it. Bigger, look, he creates the whole Elden Ring up there. Isn't that dope? So you get caught by it. So you gotta remember, if you're new to this game, we used to have to do this with no torrent, dude. There's Elden Stars. Yeah, you used to have to do this with no torrent, dude. It was not fun. That's gonna explode. Big slash. It's also just so good at running away. That's the explosion, that's what the real damage is. Damn, man, it's still with us. I'm trying to show you guys this fight without spamming my active war, but sometimes it's a little bit more difficult because he's such a dick. But, I mean, he goes down like anybody. There's just a lot to know in learning how to deal with those big attacks, I feel like. Pull out torrent, run from all of them. And then the sword attacks are so telegraphed. It's more when he buffed with Holy that is the issue to me. You know what I'm saying? That's more of the issue to me. Now, we talked about this before. When you make the steps for all of your endings, what's going to happen is you're going to have choices to make, right? What's going to happen is there's going to be a bunch of summon signs on the ground, then you get to choose which ending you get. So become Lord of the Frenzy Flame. Now, you got to remember, right now, there is no choice because of the fact that we got the Lord of Frenzy Flame. So you're locked into that. I have to show you guys how to cleanse this, but we don't want to cleanse this until we back up our saves. So we're actually going to just wrap it up here. I think no, we can't even hop out. I was about to say we'll cover the boss mode. So we're gonna just wrap up here. It's a really short episode. That's why I told you how the end would go, because from this point we need to back up or save. Then we'll get the Lord of Frenzied Flame ending. Then we're going to go back and download the save to put us in the same point. I'm going to teach you how to cleanse, and then we'll be covering all of our other endings. So I only can tell you how to back up if you're on PlayStation 5. I covered that at the start. If you're on PC, if you're on Xbox, you will know better than me. You can look this up. I'm sure on YouTube there's 1,000 guides for it. On PlayStation, if you have access to PlayStation Plus, you are going to need this. It doesn't have to be the big. You get the cheapest one there. It's like $10. All you need is cloud storage. So you're going to go to your settings. You're going to go to cloud storage, and you're going to go to upload to storage and click this game. Make sure that's set up. Then when you hover above the home menu, hover above the game, you're going to hit your options, and it's going to say upload save data. So what you would do is you'd upload the save data to the cloud from here. And then we'll be able to get this ending. And then after you do that, you'll be download, right? Then you'll download, it'll put you right back here. Then we get our other endings, and we're just gonna rinse and repeat. So you guys go ahead and do that on your time. I'm gonna do it on mine, and we'll see you back here next episode to go over our first ending. There's gonna be multiple, so they're gonna be really short episodes, 3 or 4 minutes a pop, just to cover all of our endings. Then we'll do one last episode as just a closeout. We're gonna talk about our trophies. We're gonna talk about DLC prep and get you guys well situated. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and wrap up, and I'll see you guys back here in a few minutes to get you your first trophy ending.